Hi everyone, my name is Shelby Rouse and I teach a third grade, fourth grade split at Foster Heights Elementary in Bardstown, Kentucky. The tools I will be sharing with you today are a combination of two because of the way that I have been implementing them within the last couple of weeks. The first is Auto Draw. You may be familiar with this, but I love this tool because it gives kids a chance to be creative and just show their learning in a unique way. So here I have the Auto Draw Magical Pen set, and I'm going to draw a tree. Pretty simple, not so easy when you're dealing with a computer mouse. That wasn't bad. But Auto Draw has all of these clip art suggestions for me to choose. So if I like this tree here, for example, I am able to then copy and paste this image into whatever it is that I need it for. So I often have my kids use Auto Draw when creating story summaries, and I ask for them to put a picture along with any words, or use no words at all and just use pictures depending on what it is we're doing. But they get really into it, as you can imagine. But what I've been using it for as of late is where Screencastify comes into play. And Screencastify is what I'm using to make this video now. But my kids this year are a very high achieving group. And so I really don't have to spend a lot of time teaching content as much as giving them opportunities to apply their knowledge in an authentic way. So Auto Draw has become less doodling and more using this pencil tool to draw models to support their thinking in math and science especially. So for example, this past week, I was teaching on sound waves, and we were learning about the differences between high pitch and low pitch sound waves. We were learning different vocabulary, and all was well. And by the end of the week, I wanted my kids to show that they could apply their thinking and understanding of sound waves. So I decided to combine Auto Draw and Screencastify into one package and allow my kids to create videos for me explaining the differences between high pitch and low pitch sound waves. So what I've drawn for you here is something similar to what one of my kids would have drawn. And through the Screencastify video, I would be able to hear their voice and hear them explain the differences and explain their thinking. I told them that I expected to hear all of the vocabulary words, and so I was able to hear them apply those vocabulary words in a real situation. And the level of engagement in this assessment is essentially what it was incredible. They were taking such ownership of their videos. They wanted every little detail to be perfect. And the more they did it, just like we know, anytime the more we practice something, it gets better. Their videos became very polished. They were poised. And I was just so proud as a teacher that they were just so engaged in taking such care of their learning experience. So that's one tool. And like I said, I use Screencastify to have my kids present those. But in terms of the universal design guidelines for learning, the level of engagement when you use Auto Draw and combine it with something like Screencastify, your kids are going to be highly engaged. We live in an age of YouTubers, and these kids want to be YouTubers. So I have found that anytime I can let my kids make a video or teach something to someone else using a video like Screencastify, like Flipgrid, they're going to be engaged and they're going to be excited about it. As far as the representation, I was able to really hear some deep levels of thinking from my kids using these two tools in the way that I use them. And they were able to present information in a knowledgeable way, which was amazing for me to see and hear. And then as far as action and expression, you as the teacher are able to differentiate so much. Whether you're kindergarten through 12th grade, whatever the diverse needs of your students are, Auto Draw and or Screencastify there's something for everyone there. So the last thing that I'll say in terms of fair use and copyright, anytime my kids use Screencastify to present on something, whether it's a Google Slides presentation or a Google Sites presentation, like I said, this is something new for us, but in the future, I will require my kids in all of their presentations to give credit to the authors of whatever websites or articles they find to add to their research. And I don't think it's ever too early, even in the 3rd and 4th grade, to teach our kids about non-reliable and reliable sources and what the differences between those are, because it's preparing them for middle school, high school, and beyond, and we can never start teaching those valuable lessons too early. So that's all that I have, and I hope that you learned something valuable and are excited to implement one of these tools in your own classroom. Thank you.